about that.
3, 2, 1. So let's go in here, Tony. We'll, you know, this is the actual master control room or the audio control room here. Well, this is a Mackie system. Okay. This is a great non-linear complete audio. It's a full 24-track digital recorder up here. And what I like about this is that it's like a regular analog console. Because over there is like a, yeah, see, that is the old analog board. And this is the way it used to be in the old days. Then you had, you know, tape. Then I got the old 24-track. We don't do much with this anymore. Right. You know, because everything's digital now. And digital sounds so much better.
It does?
It's, oh yeah. Yeah. But if you don't do it right, it sounds awful.
Oh, yeah. I also love that no matter where we go, we got the JBTV logo up.
Well, we got to do that because, you know, when I bring the bands in, I'll put their logo on there. Okay. But I didn't have your logo. I would have had the Nude Hippo show everywhere. And then you could say, now here we are in our audio room.
Hey, welcome to Nude Hippo, your Chicago show. This is another episode of Nude Hippo Remix. And we're here at JBTV, the studios. See, look at JBTV. Yeah. He's going to be on at 8 o'clock, but right now, let's enjoy some of our show right after this intro. Let's do the intro.
I don't want to see the same crap over and over.
Jill Litwin checks out the Division Street Bathhouse where they do some oak leaf scrubbing. Check this out.
Hello, this is Jill Litwin with the Big Fat Nude Hippo Show. I'm here at the Division Street Bathhouse with Thomas Cato. Thomas spends his days in 140-degree heat, scrubbing people with oak leaves. When we found that out, we had to ask, how'd you get that job? So, how did you get that job?
It started out as a labor of love, and I was just doing it just for the sake of doing it for many years ago. And then all of a sudden, when I had a change of jobs, I decided to make this my real job.
Well, can you describe the process?
The person comes in and they'll either say, well, I want a massage or I want a scrub. And once they come downstairs and they do a shower, and they may even get a little steam heat, then they come into the hot room, is what we call it. And they become acclimated to it. You know, they get in and they go to perspiring. And what we do is we put them up on the table at a level that's comfortable for them. I'm going to put this seaweed broom on you. It's going to be nice and comfortable. If the water's too hot, I need for you to tell me that. And then I start the process. I started with the small seaweed, then I do a larger oak leaf, then I do it with the real large oak leaf broom. And it's just that you bring the heat from the top down and you bring nice, plenty of hot, soapy water, and you just go all across the body, front and back, top to bottom. Then once you get them off the table, then you ask them to go out and take a nice, cool shower, or they might decide to plunge and take a bucket of cold water and put over themselves, or they might go out and go in the cold pool. It's, you know, it's always their choice, and it depends upon whatever it is that they do it safely. There's just nothing like the oak leaves, the heat, and the hot water. It's unbelievable.
How do people stand that kind of heat?
Well, when you first go in, what you need to do is stay in to your level. If your level is only 10 minutes, then you need to come out, get some fresh air, some cool water, and go back in. The longer you do it, the better you are at it. It's the components in the oak leaves themselves that does a job on the body. It makes it feels good, and whatever the toxin or antitoxin that are in the leaves, when it makes contact with the body, it makes it feel just great. And what happens is that in July or August of every year, they go out and they pick these leaves and they come back and they cure them and they sell them. It's hot here, it's cold outside. You know, there's no winters like Chicago winters. So you come in and it's like being South Seas or whatever. The combination of the oak leaves and the heat together, it is truly, I believe it's really soothing. It's a soothing toddy for whatever really ails you. The idea is for you to enjoy yourself, have a good time, and not have an accident or make a bad matter worse. So it's important that you communicate with the person. You have to be a people person to begin with. You have to like to be around people and do a helping hand for them. And in my opinion, I think it's very helpful.
And do you have to be a physically strong person? Because it looks like it takes a lot of energy to be scrubbing all day and to be able to withstand the heat and everything.
Yes, you have to be in pretty good physical shape, no doubt. Yes.
Yeah. You got some muscles.
A few muscles. Right.
Okay, now how much does it cost to get an oak leaf scrubbing?
It runs $10.
And if someone wanted to get a scrub themselves, then how would they go about doing that?
They would come west on Division Street to 1916 West, and our phone number is 773-384-9671.
Great. Well, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. It was my pleasure. Maybe sometime I can give you a scrub.
Sounds good to me.
Hey, we sent Kristen Freilich over to Margie's Candies. This is delicious.
This is Kristen with Nude Hippo, your Chicago show. Growing up, most of us have fond memories of going to the ice cream parlor. And if you grew up in Chicago, chances are your fond memories are of here, Margie's, on the corner of Western and Armitage. I'm here with Pete, the owner of Margie's Candies. Pete, thank you for having us here.
Thank you for being here. As you can see, here's a sundae here, a turtle sundae. I want vanilla, and on the vanilla, I want caramel. On the other scoop, I want this. On this, I want that. And I want the cookies this way, and I want the bananas this. So it is a very important decision with ice cream.
How long has Margie's been around?
Well, my grandfather put the place up in 1920.
Oh, wow.
So it's a long time. We had the Smashing Pumpkins had to come in here and do the album cover because you had the Beatles were here. They wanted it done at the same booth. A lot of people come here for years and years and years. Our best customers are the people who bring in their parents. And the parents wink at me because they've already been here. When I was a little boy, there were 26, I counted one day, kosher stores in this neighborhood. You can't go to, say, these famous restaurants. May I name some?
Sure.
Say like Gibson's or Gene and Giorgetti steakhouses and all these different places, and all the Como's built Mia something or other, and all these places that and eat this great tremendous meal, or Matus here on Milwaukee Avenue. But you can't eat the dessert after you've eaten all of that. So people love to come somewhere where they can have a sundae like this here, and they sort of fool around, and they. Now I'm a married man, so don't take me wrong now.
Okay.
And they go like this, you know. And they go like that, and they share a sundae. Without exaggeration, 200-300 people in the hot weather outside in line waiting to get in because we're so busy, you know. When I was a little boy, there was one man in Chicago that had 104 stores like this called Andy's Candies. Now there's no one. There's hardly anyone. Where can you get a sundae, say, for $3.50, $4, $3.75, and sit there and stare at your lady's eyes and sort of smooch her out? I mean, you know, come on. It's a way of living. Sometimes because coffee enhances the flavor of chocolate. Think about it. I'll put a little bit on a dish of coffee ice cream. But I sort of get serious with it, you know. I'm too a serious freak when it comes to ice cream because I make it.
Right.
I see it. I mean, I do all the Sundays. I'm here in the store. I grew up here. So I'm standing, no nuts for me. Now the policemen, there's a couple of policemen, they taught me a different chocolate shake. They take a chocolate shake and make it with coconut ice cream. So they have the crunch of the coconut. And they like that.
That sounds
and we had, Jane Byrne was, when she was mayor, she was a coconut banana shake. She liked that. Harold Washington, when he was mayor, he was a serious guy of ice cream. Serious. He wanted hot fudge with the works. I mean, no fooling around. You know, we make the fudge, the caramel, the whipped cream, everything, the ice cream, everything, we make it.
What do you think Margie's will be like in 100 years?
100 years, let's see. Ooh, that's a big statement. 100 years, well, that'd be past my son.
His son.
His son. It'll be here. That'll, I'll tell you, it'll be here and it won't change. It'll be, we were invented before duct tape, so it'll be here. We're holding ourselves together pretty good.
I promise to frequent Margie's as often as I can.
Thank you.
And,
It's an honor to have you.
well, it's my honor.
What's your favorite? So I'll know and memorize it. Put it in my memory bank here.
Atomic Sundae.
Oh, you've been here. You two-timer. You didn't tell me that.
Don't forget to check out Margie's Candies, which is at the corner of Western and Armitage in the city of Chicago. And say hi to Pete, because he's great.
Here's everyone's favorite, Chunks of Konrad!
He's our favorite weatherman. Who? Mornings on WGN. Who?
Now, there's a lot of weather information up here, but more importantly, there's a National Geographic. Is that your little, you know?
I like the pictures in that. It's helped me a lot in figuring out the meaning of life.
He's our
I'm Phil Ponce from WTTW 11, and you're watching Nude Hippo, your Chicago show.
I'm Reggie Houlihan.
I'm trying to last
I thought Ellen.
No.
No,
okay.
it's whatever.
We're now joined by Rick Bayless. Rick!
Yay!
Hello.
You got that popular show on PBS that I love to watch every Saturday.
Nearly as popular as this show.
Which it is very surprising, but I think your show might be a little bit more popular.
No. We're on the educational channel, okay?
Oh no, your show is absolutely entertaining. In fact, one thing I'm very impressed with is the fact that you go throughout Mexico telling a story, and you go to different areas, and the way it's put together is one sentence is over here, you're talking about this product, and then you're over here, and it's all pieced together seamlessly, and you're back in the kitchen, and it's like, oh my God.
Because it's Mexico one plate at a time.
It is. And that's what we love to do, because Mexico is such an intriguing country. There's so many different aspects of it that it's fabulous to take people from one spot to the next. And we wanted to create a sort of story, go on an adventure, really discover the byways of Mexico.
I have to ask you, are you Mexican?
I am not Mexican, but I think in a former life I was Mexican. At least that's what people have told me.
Okay.
Because I went to Mexico when I was 14 for the first time, and I not only fell in love with it, but I felt like I had come home. And that's why I kept going back to Mexico. I eventually ended up living there for a long time, and this is what it's all turned into.
Right.
Joe Kraslin is a guy who works on a show here. He's a street reporter, and whenever he goes out on the field shoots, he's always just telling the cameraman how to do certain angles and to be creative and all that, and he gives credit to you.
Oh, is that right?
Yes, he says you gotta be more like the Rick Bayless.
We have a lot of fun when we do that, as you can imagine. And this last season, the one that just started, our third season, it's much more sort of guerrilla shooting. And we used to try to go into marketplaces and say, okay, you do this, you do that, to the vendors, and we've stopped doing that completely, and we just barrel through crowds of people, and people are handing me things. One lady tapped me on the shoulder right in the middle of one take and said, "You shouldn't tell them about that, that's too hot." She said that in English.
You're kidding.
And we was like, where did that come from? But of course it made the scene.
Right.
Now, your show is on Saturdays at 1:30 on Channel 11 here in Chicago.
Exactly.
And it's repeated on Fridays at 8:30?
8:30. That's exactly right.
Now tell us about
so anybody that wants to watch, you can.
Yes. Besides our show.
After you've finished and you've gotten your education for the week, you can come over and see if there's some snippets that you want to add.
Beautiful. I want to jump into something. You're a spokesperson for Burger King now. No. I saw this on. Yes, you didn't know this?
Me?
Yes, I saw
this.
Not
the guy who's like the champion of the independent restaurants.
I'm saying at home.
Organic agriculture and
what is
all that kind of stuff. That's what everybody's saying. Yes. What is this all about? Well, I talk too loud, I think, because I know that so many people in the United States get a lot of their nutrition through fast food.
Absolutely.
Yes. I'm one of those people.
Well, good. Okay, this is all for you.
Yes,
then.
I know.
So
I'm listening.
The deal is that they haven't been doing a very good job of serving good food. Right. And a lot of people go to these fast food places. So I've said, those fast food people really need to clean up their act and offer something healthy. So the Burger King people brought me this sandwich, and they said, this is what we want to do. So I'm not exactly a spokesperson for Burger King in general. Right. It's mostly, it's only just for this sandwich or through these 3 sandwiches that they're doing. Grilled chicken sandwiches. It's minimally processed stuff, fresh baked bread, good flavors, and healthy.
It's like 5 grams of fat. Right.
5 grams of fat, 350 calories. It's amazing stuff when you think that it's coming out of one of our fast food feeders.
And how does it taste?
You know what? It's good.
Yeah.
It's not the best stuff. I wouldn't say I want to go to Burger King instead of going to Frontera Grill. I wouldn't go that far. But those times when you're out and you got to have something to eat,
and you're on
because that's one of the problems is because it's so convenient, cheap, and easy to do. Thank God they're starting to do some healthy stuff.
Do you think that this is going to be the trend?
It is. It's got to be the trend because people are starting to realize that if they have been weaned on fast food, they're not healthy people.
No.
And they're overweight and on and on and on.
Yeah.
So this is a great way to sort of pull those big fast food guys back into what people need.
Good.
Real quick, give a plug for your restaurant.
Frontera Grill, Topolobampo, 445 North Clark Street here in downtown Chicago.
And would that be Mexican food?
That's all we really do is Mexican food, but not Tex-Mex food, okay? Not just like what you can get anywhere. This is all the regional food of Mexico.
Okay, Rick, I appreciate it. Thank you for coming on, and we'll put all the information on
Rick, I
nudehippo.com.
cannot wait to taste the wine and the food and everything.
I'll be corralling you on Sunday.
She'll need a ride home.
I'm right.
Oh, Ellen, take us away.
Okay. We'll be back.
Here's everyone's favorite, Chunks of Konrad!
Favorite weatherman, who? Mornings on WGN, who?
Now, the WGM cafeteria. How would you describe it?
You're familiar with Charlie Trotter, right?
Sure.
Very similar to what he does. It's a lot easier to get reservations at this place, but it's pretty much that same experience.
Are they aware of this? Are they aware that you're stealing trays?
Well, this again, a lot of people aren't aware. Tom and I like to snow ride, tobogganing. And believe it or not, we both, if we get really close, fit on this one tray. We really have to huddle and cuddle, right? But it's a blast. We go to the hill right outside the station. It's only like a 4-foot drop. But when it's snowy out there, there's nothing more fun than this.
Hello, I'm Rich Coe's Lost in the vast galaxy behind me. No, actually, I'm right here, along with you, watching the Big Nude Hippo show. And you'd better keep watching. Otherwise, I throw chickens at you, and that's not a pretty sight.
Another edition of Radio in Color, and we're here at the Light, 93.9 WLIT, with morning host Melissa Forman. Hey, Melissa.
I love you. Where have you been?
Well, actually, where have you been? Because you're pregnant. Congratulations.
I don't even want to talk about where.
And you're a newlywed as well. Congratulations again.
Thank you very much.
Lots of changes going on.
I know, I work fast.
Now, the Light is, kind of an at-work music station, but the morning show is really upbeat with you. Have you thought about having the kid on the air?
My kid or like
your child?
The kid? Oh, okay.
Birthing, doctors, your husband, the whole thing. I mean, you got enough microphones.
That's right. We just had these installed just for that purpose.
Excellent.
And my boss said, listen, you go out there and you have a child. You do this for the show. And so.
Ratings.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, who's been your favorite guest to come in?
Boy, it's tough. I would say there was this little monkey. Did I ever tell you this?
No.
He was celebrating, I love monkeys, I always wanted when I was growing up, and there was this monkey that was celebrating its 30th birthday. So we saw it on the front page of the Sun-Times, and it's sitting there with this little glass of something, and it was drinking, and there was a big birthday cake, and it was kind of like this. And I said to my producer, we got to have that monkey in. I have got to talk to that monkey.
And it was a real monkey?
It was a real monkey. So it came in a Richard Simmons green velvet sweatsuit. It had a little headband, and we gave it a chocolate Pop-Tart and a Snapple. Oh, wait, I hope I'm not. Okay. I didn't want to get fired in the middle of telling the story.
Dead air is a bad thing.
Dead air. Radio, bad. We're on. The Light is still okay.
So what do we? Oh, Harden My Heart by Quarter Flash. Excellent. All right.
So, but anyway, this monkey came in. We gave it a Pop-Tart. Bad idea. It had the chocolate all over it, and it just messed up the entire studio.
Have you thought about getting a monkey for your child?
Yeah, we thought about it, but I heard that it poops a lot. Mm-hmm. And so I got a husband who's a little older, so he's in diapers, and then I got a kid in diapers.
How much money do you have in your wallet right now?
Do you want to see it? Honestly,
yes.
That's so.
Pull it out.
I swear to God, I just have my wallet right here. I don't usually have this much. I'm not even kidding.
Oh, see?
I have a losing lottery ticket. I got that. Well, 20, 40. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Almost $50. Well, thanks so much for taking time and letting us come in. We really appreciate it. And all right,
you want to push some buttons?
No, that's okay.
If you remember Bill Wilt, the motorsport with all the ladies, I got 2 old shows. I just found these. These shows right here, and this goes back to 1990. So I figured 13. Oh, soon to be. It's actually 14 years. Wow. Yeah. I remember when it was 1990. Well, look. Like I was playing Adam Ant, Lloyd Cole, Peter Murphy, as I told you about before, Joe Satriani. There's the show, 12 videos, commercial-free, with the women of motorsports, and it was a special show, and with late great Chris Schutz. So I found these old tapes, and I'm going to run them just because, Chris Schutz is his
late life.
Yeah, and she had the brain aneurysm, and that was such. It really devastated him, and put his show. But he never missed an episode. No, he did. And I got to tell you, there's something to be said about that. Like you never miss an episode either.
No, and when my wife passes on, I'm going to keep on going too.
Oh.
This has been a presentation of Opie Productions.
Tony, can you shut up?
Thanks for watching. This has been another fabulous episode of Nude Hippo, your Chicago show remix.
Hippo! That's right. I was a nude hippoer too. I don't know if that's how you say it, but Tony, thank you for the opportunities early on. Look where it led me, right here to Good Morning America. Happy 20th.